Great. We're doing a chit chat, guys. Yo, what's up? Um, so I kind of had some updates. I mentioned something about how YouTube works is I can't identify them unredacted, but on YouTube, but I can anywhere else. But essentially, he it's very similar to an enticement charge. If I could read it off my other phone, I would say what it is. Has to do with improperly interacting with minors on something electronic as a charge reads. Shit, I'm at 0 people. Been actually rambling for a while. Um, yeah, I was just gonna give kind of some updates as far as what I know. The friend I caught, Josh, he has a court date. He's actually out on bail, but he does remain charged. The case remains strong. And I can't really say too much, but he was charged with something very similar to kind of what you would see child enticement. I think it would be called unlawful or improper interaction with a minor on electronics, something electronic. That's the charge name in Kentucky. I know he's got court in about a week. Nah, I'm not home. I'm not gonna say where I am, but yeah, I actually met a supporter of the movement, you know, I would consider. Nick Cook. Got me and some people on the road. Um so Tracy. Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of like a live going on or something, but let me see. Yeah, I want to interrupt a catch. Yeah, I only really see one person in chat. So basically, my next move is possibly to get another catch on the way home. But then if I go home, I'm not really going home even, kind of just stopping home. But then I'm gonna go like right back into it. Marianne Smith. Oh shit, I shouldn't have read that. Outside of docs, is it? I genuinely don't know who's named that, if that is a name. I'll thing is I never know when the next catches are. I just knew there's another one lined up. Um it's not too close to where I'm at, but where I'm going. So I'm kinda just on the way. So that's kind of the situation. But yeah, I guess with the guy in Kentucky though, he made bail, but he's still charged with the crime. But it's just I guess someone knew someone with a lot of money and paid his bail. So that's for the last catch, Josh. It actually can be played. It's called Update. The last live that says Update. It's not even an update. It's because I was kind of saying how the catch was gonna go, but I ended up just going in his trailer and interviewing him in that live. So a lot of people didn't really understand what it kind of was doing because the predator doesn't need to know they're being interrogated for a catch. I mean, if it's in a one-party state, technically I only need to let them know that they're being recorded. So even if they don't really clearly know what's going on, doesn't really matter. Admission is admission. Uh, well, shit. Um, and then I would just say, yeah, kind of just my plan for what I have um ahead of me. That's really kind of all I got. But this will add up to a good amount of catches compared to how much you usually get. So, so I know like right before this trip, I caught Mark Pasquale, and then he was a janitor that was working in high school. Then caught the guy in West Virginia, then the guy in Tennessee, then another guy in Tennessee, and then we had that guy in Kentucky. So we're kind of at five right now in somewhat of a small period of time. So that's a lot better um, than usual numbers. So I'm trying to just like, yeah, I'm really trying to get the frequency of catching going up. But I have a great team um, I'm working with. Yeah, sorry, it's just kind of really dead. I've never actually seen it this dead. Yeah, I'm trying to just look at the stuff. Yeah, I'll probably like do more lives stuff. Have you embraced Papa Duke with the yeah, what okay, what's going on? So are they taking him back? Are they taking him back? I heard something through the grapevine. Oh wait, hold on. Is Short Bus live still? I didn't know he'd be live still. Nah, he's not live. So so yeah, CPP taking back Papa Duke. I mean that'd be crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna restart this again. Yeah, it has a last comment grayed out. He never left in the first place. I mean, all I remember was he was always chilling in the Discord still. Even even after. So I did know that. Like he was in the Discord, so he's just chilling there. Yes, I had to. Well, I already have a GoPro, so I wouldn't need someone to give me a GoPro. But nah, like that's ridiculous. That's going too far. Like that's a person that said they would. That was a part. That was a person that was a part of swatting. You know, a catcher. CBP let them make it in their Discord, even after the planning with Tom B and staff to get Alex swatted. Yeah, the decoys literally say still that ICAC is just begging them to train them. Does anyone think, other than CPP, that ICAC wants CPP to train them? Just get a poll. I mean, does anyone think that? I think this is kind of one of the labs that turn into a lab. They just take a little time. CP is the last organization that ICAC should be taking information from. Yeah, I kind of remember something. This was kind of a contradiction. Because Tommy said two contradictory things. He said, one, that I'm doing everything I can to copy CPP, but then we're also having a shouting match, I think, in the same panel about how we do things. So how can both be true? How can I be copying Tommy while also arguing with Tommy about everything we do? How are both true? It's like, I guess they have like a decoying course, and I do some kind of like there's obviously you have to train decoys, you know. It's better than non-training them. I don't think of any similarities. I will say, my understanding is the issue with ICAC and accepting civilian chat logs does stem. They don't identify any names, obviously, but it does stem from catchers not showing up to court. That was what was described in a conversation I had. Not with someone from ICAC, but kind of a detective that would receive information from ICAC. It's just with the civilian chat logs, they'll just have a bunch of people not willing to go to court, so then they're not sure if they can use older resources against that predator. So the people that don't go to court, going for the people that do go to court. So I mean, it kind of always is a thing, you know. Like for me, it was always kind of true where even if I disagree with the catcher or have a problem, I want to make sure if we have like a case, I want to make sure that catcher goes to court and is able to assist the court as best they can. What I should take from CPP is Tom B's cell phone and the password to their CSAM server. Here's actually my question. Um, that's why I didn't really. I mean, I've made some claims that people kind of have issues with, but here's my claim: is from anything I've seen, people get in high ranks of CPP per financial contribution, right or wrong? Is that an extraordinary claim or is that not an extraordinary claim? To a degree, there's a level of financial contribution. So the only question I would have is they said there was an unnamed person. Um, and actually, I will say this how I'm saying it, but they said there was an unnamed person that views the CP in that server folder called "Do Not Open." You know, they didn't say who that person was. They just said that it was a single person that looks through all of the information in that do not open folder. And it's all online. So my question would be, who is that person? And what did they do to really get into a position of power? And if you or that position, that trusted position to, I guess, look at CP and identify things about it, you know? Because we have distribution, we basically have like possession, and now we have an a single person that looks at it. They may have contributed to that organization. That's my angle. That's my focus. I haven't seen much people talk about that, but that is an important angle. I'm not saying we know the answers or the information, but I would definitely pose that question. Compared to all the other shit about like other shit or drama, like that should be the question. Yeah, like Coke, it's been forever. It's been a lifetime. I'm not even kicking back the link. Shit, I've been rambling. WPG Freedom. Uh, I don't even know. I never really had an issue with WPG. I don't know what he really did. I hope he didn't do anything bad. I know he's with CPP, or was with CPP, but yeah, definitely. Dams passing through a couple state lines. So SWG. So yeah, that would I hate to say it, but there was a reason why. I mean, we kind of use the word possession, we use the word distribution, but I kind of went further as far as like implying a possible trade could occur. But I have a reason to imply a possible trade occurred. You know, not fully established, but it's kind of like here's kind of the thing though. Is let's say, I think they were saying, Oh, you get sued for that. Well, great. A lawsuit would open up discovery for finding out who that person is and what was their financial contributions. And if that is identified, and even a loose quid pro quo is implied, you know, that's enough to prove the thing that you're saying is defaming you. So sometimes the best thing that could happen is just that discovery could happen. Because sometimes like they could open something up civil and they'll be like, someone did something illegal that we wouldn't have otherwise known. That's fun too. What's up, Mr. Mushroom? Nick Cook, NTF. Totally wasn't in Discord, guys. When the when the accident happened. Yeah, I don't know. It was. Yeah, I'm still on a live. Yeah, someday I'll be on. So I don't know anything about that though. Like as far as anything about his car accident though, like I just will say, glad no one got seriously hurt, and I just don't know anything about it. You know, he lost his shit in his car. That's all I know. I don't think it'd go down like that. They probably threw the case out once you showed how Tommy was going to put pictures of you and your family out there with the intent to harass. Yeah. I mean, I kind of would just say like whatever could invoke that discovery though. That would be that would be a good thing. What flip the key again? Yeah. After that, they got like they were like raising money nonstop. Yeah, but I don't know anything about too much about the accident though. Enough to say about it. The only thing I really think about is when if I see people like it's one thing to say like, like certain groups they beat up predators, that makes catchers look bad. But I can think of way worse shit. It's like everyone's kind of talking about I mean, if you kind of even think about it, like Vitali caught the wrong person once, or maybe more, you know. We've seen that before. But then even when someone is I guess like let's say they're beating up the pedophile, so they're hearing the case. I feel like that's even more genuine than a lot of the shit that I've seen. Having CSAM on a private server, yeah, it is. It's a crime. It's just it's distribution. I may know a guy who watched all those court proceedings and watched Tommy's testimony get impeached because the defense attorney proved in open court that Tommy lied under. Is this for a catch or is this for? I don't know. I mean, he said he was being looked into by the FBI. I'm not sure how far that went. Yeah, so then it gets to a point where they can't take like witness statements and up to a certain point, I mean, even if you can like rack up, catches, I mean, there's so many ways, especially if you're clearly having issues like getting the prosecuted to just get like a super easy catch, but then hardly there's no outcome. It's like you did 500 catches, but they're botched and they're not even exposed. Where the Pred took it to trial, but it never made it to trial. Tommy's testimony and evidence was that the prosecution was reliant on in his. Oh, so he got his testimony impeached. So he's a bad witness. Uh, yeah. Okay. I think chat froze. Oh, still waiting to see a court case from time where they show his recorded interview with the Pred. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like my big thing is like there are catchers that have like fucked up a lot of cases, but I think the worst way. Here's actually my thing. And a lot of people like they might not agree with it or whatever, but other than doing like some crazy pranks, right, or violence or whatever, all the ways that you know like hurt cases, right? I think the worst there is a worse sin, and it's mishandling CP. Like at a minimum, just mishandling it. But then further, you get into the point where you know you're more than mishandling it. Like that should be way worse. And if it's not, I kind of just don't take the entire thing seriously. It's like you want me to look the other way for mishandling CSAM, but then I have to give a fuck about you know people being violent and that hurting a case. Well, I'm gonna fuck way more about that situation than that situation. That's my thing. That's the top of the list. Mishandling CSAM is the worst thing you can do for for the cause. That's my thing. And I don't even care if like I mean, some people can say like they get just people's like backgrounds or whatever. They might have like criminal records. I don't really even care about that so much. There's so much people that like turn their lives around, you know, and they can be a credible witness, you know. So that's not even like on the map. It's like the worst way is just handling CP. So I remember I mean the first couple years when I first started decoying, there was never CP in the discussion. Like we just weren't able to go after those guys. That was like the worst of the worst, you know? And there's no reason why anyone should have CSAM on their devices. Yeah, I actually met up with Nick Cook. He's a supporter of the movement. Yeah, I mean certain crimes. It's not even like there's certain crimes that I don't think are wrong at all. Like anything like a drug crime, I don't see as anything wrong with at all. Like there's a lot of non-violent victimless crimes that pretty much you know they pretty much mess things up pretty good. Very cool to meet Nick Cook. Is that Vic? Zombie is a demon. I don't even know what he is. Yeah, I remember seeing something before, like ironically. Like I was they had one of their panels and I was gonna like ask these questions to his panel, you know. But then I was like showing the behind the catch video, but then he said it was doxing pictures. I have no dox pictures. Definitely. Area community members are being asked by lawyers for Kanye's old streams, especially the one where she admitted that Lady Ghost Runner put loan on the cash apps. I don't want to use that word predator. I like to be very careful about those words. But even where people think I kind of went too far, there is a specific reason for it. I think like predator is kind of like I don't know this thing where if we refer to another kind of predator, but then apply it here, it kind of gets confusing. Gets kind of debatable. Gets into one of those arguments where it's not even about the meaning of the words; it's about the words themselves. you know? Exactly, yeah. You want a sting or a catch? Not right now. We probably have a catch planned for this trip. Yeah, I'm sure, like, someone could argue that, like, the word predator for anything, though. But I just think, like, the issue is, like, I don't know. I mean, it does muddy the waters. But, like, at a minimum, we see, like, distribution of mishandling CSAM, and, you know, I think there could be an argument that there's some level of trading. His actions speak for itself. Yeah. I titled this a chit chat. I knew I was getting into. Really think of a good name. Yeah, and I don't know. I hope actually Dap gets out of jail. Like I don't necessarily want them to be in jail, you know? Um Hopefully they could like get out of jail and then like be doing it in a way that they could do it for a long time, you know? That's what I want to see. But even those kind of catchers, you know, there's a it's a bad day for predator catchers in jail. Mad Max. So Torta. Uh I'm watching you, Hellraiser. I think I know that account. That account tends to say some crazy shit. Best movie? I don't know if it's a movie or not. Well, Mad Max. And Hellraiser is a movie too. I don't know any of those movies. Yeah, I'm just doing update streams. That's really about it. The trip continues. Bang out, catch back to back. Yeah, I mean, effectively, um, I've done 5 catches in about a month period of time, something like that, 4 or 5. So I'm trying to build on that to do even a lot more. Hopefully, like someday, I want to say exactly what it is, but Like, see if I could do 10 catches a month. Don't tell me what you are. Like, trying to find someone. Oh, I didn't say anything. Yeah, I got this thing at like 40 minutes or something like that. So that's about it. I'll probably be on for. Don't really got much for. Um, what's the plan for tonight? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get at least one for the trip. But I'm gonna like pretty much do kind of like a boomerang home. Like I'm gonna pretty much stop at home, but then go right back into it. Yeah, definitely gonna get more catches. Definitely not done. I want to just like build on the momentum I'm building and just try to like get the next catch and then I don't know, just keep doing that. Get a lot set up. Yeah, what's up, Koopa? Plan for tonight's probably like drive you know, maybe a couple 100 miles. Hit to another state, do some shit there, to do some shit. And then crossing my state, go back and catch more preds. That's the plan. A Super 8 motel. That'd be cool. Yeah, my only thing is like when you got those chains, let's say it's like Super 8, so I feel like if something happens to like a catcher or something, um I mean like to a catch, it's like they'll you're kicked out from all the Super 8 chains, so you can't go to any of the Super 8 chains at all. Hey, what's up, Chip? Yeah, I didn't know if I heard what would happen though. I didn't know whether this public or not. Really, we can't give an idea. Okay, yeah. I kind of wanted to say this because I did get bad news. Um, I just wanted to know so I'm saying it right. I don't know if I'll say like the person's like actual screen name, but someone else does. But she was a cop caller for um that predator I caught, Mark Pasquale, the guy who was a janitor at a high school. Um, the cop caller for that unfortunately passed away. Um, I don't know anything about how or any of it yet, but you know, um, I mean, it's really that kind of support that makes and breaks catches. Like the cop callers, people that run certain information on predators, um, help coordinate catches. That's like the real stuff that happens behind the scenes. Yeah, she passed away. Oh, okay. COPD volunteer with this. I just want to be 100% sure. I know that's like a lot of people, if they inhale smoke, they get COPD. Passed after a long struggle. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, Nick Cook went live. And we did kind of a stream snipe thing. And I didn't really know her too well. Getting up until when she did the cop calling, but she just kind of, you know, knew what to do right away. And I don't know if she really did a lot of cop calls, but she did a great job. Yeah, we had it was like when worlds collide. We did a stream snipe stream. She was a good friend. She'll be missed. Definitely. Yeah, that's some tricky stuff when people really mess up their lungs forever. I mean, in TO, there are people just stirring stuff up. But anyway, yeah, I found that actually out. Um, yeah, I'm actually gonna do a lot of uploading coming up. Um, actually, oh, let me see. I think I can. I'm trying to say name, not theme. Yeah, but anyone know Blue Chow 67? Blue Chow? Uh that was her in Discord. Oh, there you go there. Name was Kiki. Yeah, what's up, Bray? What's up, Michael? Uh yeah, it's kinda just doing this live. Chat's dead? I don't think Chat's dead. Yeah, the day's kinda catching up to me though. Slowly but surely though. Uh maybe about 2. Yo.
Yo, long time no see, man.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah. Probably just get back home or
Yeah, you trying to decide if you're just gonna hit the road tonight?
uh yeah. Kinda figured out my plan trajectory.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've been all over Hell's Half Acre.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
My odometers be tripping.
Dominoes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be yeah, I'll think about like premium is I'm gonna be posting like tons on locals and premium, so I have a lot of uploading I'm gonna be doing from the trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't I haven't have more than the catches. I kinda have like I'm gonna like redact some parts, but I have like parts of like where the catches like come into be, you
Yeah.
know? There's a lot of suspense involved with
Almost
that.
like a vlog.
Yeah. But it's really like very high pressured before a
Yeah.
catch. It's like, you know, it's like we're in a it was kinda like we're like in the decoy call to pretend to be that Uber driver, and
Yeah.
then they had the phone and we're like, it's the wrong address, the wrong address. You
Yeah.
know.
Nah, man, like I said, the only thing that I worry about is the people with the guns, man, that going into their house. That worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't believe it or not, I don't really like doing those either. That was kind of the
Yeah.
reason I didn't go into that situation with my GoPro, because it
Yeah,
almost kind of looks like I don't even know,
right.
someone that could throw you off, that could make someone want to shoot someone.
Yeah.
So it's my goal to be someone that you wouldn't want to shoot.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
absolutely. But you gotta think some of these guys are fucking unhinged as it is, you know. But as long as you're recording and you got people that are in the background, making the phone calls, doing what they need to do to make sure you're safe, then that's you take an inherent risk by doing what you're doing anyways. I just like
Yeah,
to see you be safe.
yeah. I mean, I have a lot of faith in what I do, so I
Yeah,
just kind of feel
for
like
sure.
you know the universe will do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, you're out there putting in the miles, that's for sure. And you're doing a lot more than a lot of the people who criticize you are doing. They're not even out there catching. So you just do your thing, man. Get those catches.
Appreciate it, definitely.
Be safe about it.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
Ryan's got some balls, man. I mean, to go into a house like that. Like I don't know if I would do something like that unless I was carrying. I'm being honest. Like.
yeah, situations like that sometimes they come up. There's a little bit of dread. Sometimes it's like if that situation does go bad, you
Yeah,
know, kind of don't know. But then I guess like my only thinking is I know that if I'm as de-escalated as possible,
yeah,
you know, you at least have time to know when they're getting out of hand. But it's like I've seen catches that Alex has done where the dude pulls out the gun. Like once they're pulling out the gun at you,
yeah.
it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of over, you know.
Well, I mean, if you're Jeff, you go inside the dude's condo and steal his phone.
Yeah, it's like that's mine now. Even like a teacher, like,
Oh,
that's not a
thanks.
thing.
This is mine now.
Yeah, he
Oh,
conducted a search. Jeff conducted a search warrant with the FBI with the
the Jeff BI.
FBI. Oh shit! Now I have hiccups. Anyway, um, yeah, that was I think that catch got featured on a documentary.
Did it?
I think so.
I can only think of three catches that he's done. The one where he chased the dude through the parking lot and almost died
My
because
catch.
he was running. That was that your catch?
I decoyed it,
Okay. And then what was the Elena?
and that was his catch with KC.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a weird as fuck catch. I was like, it
Yeah.
made everyone. I was equally creeped out of everyone involved, honestly,
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah, that was weird.
No, there was no higher level out of it. It was just the thing KC did, and that's all I'll say. The
Yeah.
unspeakable things that KC
Hmm.
did in the name of a
Right.
catch.
Right. And my understanding is they never turned in anything on that, or they say they did, or they never. I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah, I think what I remember in the Elena catch was like they were like tripping out and looking at probably like when sometimes like a lot of cops gather like at Walmarts, there's like a lot of sirens and stuff. They're
Yeah.
literally like looking at that like in amazement, like saying it's a trafficking ring. Oh my god. And they're showing themselves. And instead
Right.
they were whispering cops. They were
Yeah.
talking to them. It's
Yeah.
like a trafficking ring, guys. And
Well,
we have this on right on our channel.
I guess everybody has their own style, right? I mean, not particularly the way I do it, but there again, I'm not a catcher. I'm not out there putting in the work. So, I mean, obviously people are going to critique everything that you guys do. But if you're out there putting in the miles, putting in the time, doing the decoying, getting the catches, then, good for you. Everybody else's stuff is just an opinion unless you royally fuck up. Like, saying that that you collect CP in a server that nobody's allowed to go into except for one. That would
And
probably that's something that's probably not right.
probably the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
my opinion. Like there's violence, there's all kinds of stuff you could do. I would say that's the worst.
Yeah. Yep. And then the last catch where he took the dude's phone was with Jason Casey, right?
Yeah. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they were all gathered around, and then he said, "Can I look through it?" And then he said, "It's mine now." That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He just kind
That's,
of took it over.
that's like what a kid does. It's like they take it, it's mine.
Yeah, it's mine. It's
It's
mine.
mine now. Bro, that's like very good investigations.
Yeah. Didn't Jason have one that shot himself or something when they were there
I
after they
don't
did a catch? I think it was over on the East Coast, maybe. I could be wrong.
huh.
But it wasn't too long after that that Jason had a catch and the Pred I think shot himself. I could be wrong.
I
I could be
heard of
wrong,
that.
but I seem to remember it. But that
I
didn't
mean,
involve Jeff.
I kind of have a thing about that where I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, if the prey kills himself, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't have to do with what the catcher did, or like, I
No,
don't
that's
know.
on the guy. You know, if you make a choice to take your life, then that's on you. That's not anybody else's fault.
Yeah, like
You
I
know.
never believe people are like, bro, that person made that person kill themselves for content or something like that, or whatever they'll say.
Yeah.
I think it's
No,
just
they.
like you can't expose a predator, and if the predator did that, that's on its own. And as long as you're
Well, I
filming in a
mean,
public place,
and obviously the predator thought this is the end. I'm busted. I'm going to jail for the rest of my life, and I'd rather be dead than do that. You know.
yeah,
But that, I guess that's just part of what goes on. I'm sure it's happened a few times. I mean,
yeah, I can imagine. I mean, my thing is like a lot of people kind of trip on whether it's like born or like whatever, but to me it doesn't matter. It's like an evil thought is an evil thought. Like, what if?
yeah,
Okay, well, how about this? What if you were born right wanting to kill people and murder people, right? Does that mean
psycho
like, oh,
psychopaths.
that's not necessarily a psychopath? They're connected,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
but
mean, obviously they don't have any feeling for what they're doing to the other person or the underage person that they're ruining their fucking life and
yeah,
traumatizing them. They don't give a shit about that. They just give a shit about their fucking craving or whatever the fuck it is that makes them do that stuff. You know.
yeah. It's really the same family, like narcissisms in that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
schizoaffectives in that, and but also it's like there's a psychopathic element to it. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dahmer, all that. Um, so it was a yeah, but it's like okay, so like if someone wants to kill people, those are evil thoughts. They could be born with it or whatever. So I think if a pedophile is born with like seeing kids in a sexualized way, my opinion, it doesn't matter that they were born that way. It just matters that that is
Yeah,
like
well,
that's
yeah,
evil.
obviously. I mean, it's the same thing with killers, it doesn't matter whether they were born with it or not, they do it, you know. Um, well, there's been, the FBI behavioral crime unit did a lot of research on serial killers and stuff, back in the 70s and 80s, and I'm sure it continues to today. But you know trying to understand, and it seems like, even like for serial killers, a lot of them have mommy issues and shit like that, and who knows if that ties over into what predators do. Maybe they are born with it, maybe it's taught to them, but it doesn't really matter because of what they're doing. So I have no sympathy for them. I hope they all get caught. I think and I'll say this, just because of my temperament, I think the easiest way is to take them out back and put a 45 in their head. But
I mean,
obviously that
that'd be
ain't
clean and
legal.
quick.
Yeah, it would be clean and quick. I mean, that's the truth. And that's
Yeah,
why, you know, when we were talking earlier, I'm like, man, if I was face to face with one of these guys, I can't say that I wouldn't want to rip his arm off and beat him over the fucking head with it, you know. You know, and I've said that I think to Ray and quite a few other people. It's like, you know, you got to have a temperament. You got to be able to keep yourself calm in those situations. But those, you know, uh, just pisses me off. Just straight pisses me off. And I have generally a good temperament, you know.
yeah. I kind of went up and down with it. Like in the beginning, I was like ultra calm, and
Yeah,
then kind of in the middle of my career, I was like going a little crazy with
yeah,
it. And now I'm trying to tone it back down and be
yeah,
more controlled, going
yeah.
back to
Well,
the old approach.
you evolve as a catcher. You know, I mean, your mindset. You know, you get put in that position so many times that you know, your mindset evolves on how you deal with the situation. You know, if you want to get the catch, if you want to, you know, get them arrested, you got to do things right. And threatening
Yeah.
and shit like that is not the way to go. You know.
But I would say this, like, if I saw someone, I don't know, and they were like, they wanted to do it, you said you wouldn't do it to Predator, like, I'm not against it. I'm like, that's almost what I want to do, but I know it's not, like, one, I know I can't, but also that it's not like, it's not the most effective thing, because, like, you know, if you assault them, then they don't even have a case, really.
The other thing that I always wondered, Ryan, is how many of these people are developmentally disabled? Because I see a lot of catches where the people are obviously, you know, in the mild to moderate range of mental retardation. You know, I'm just
I
going
have
to be
kind of a
honest.
theory about that. So it is a known thing that with a very low IQs with pedophilia, there is a correlation.
Yeah,
So I feel like if there is a correlation, what correlates to a low IQ? Not that not that whatever, if someone's developmentally challenged, that correlates to pedophilia, but that does correlate to a low IQ, which does correlate to pedophilia.
if I were
Those
to
are
be
like
a
two different
betting
things.
man, if I were to be a betting man, I would say that a lot of those people with the lower IQs never develop mentally past the age of 12 or 13 years old, so they can relate more with people who are that age than they can with people that their own age. You know, they might only be functioning on the level of a 12 or 13-year old or even less if they're, you know, severely developmentally disabled. And, you know, the internet has given them the ability to, you know, find people who maybe they're on the same, you know, development wise, you know, maybe the guy, you know, the guy or whatever is mentally 13 years old. I worked with the developmentally disabled for a while, and it's some of the things they do are weird, you know, especially when they're in the moderate to severe range. And this is old school, but they called it moderate to severe range of mental retardation, which means their IQs are, you know, below 50. But I've seen a lot of, you know, people developmentally disabled that gets catched. I think or caught, I should say. Didn't you have one in Tennessee? Didn't he seem to be a little
Oh yeah,
slow?
very. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was, you know, you could obviously tell that, you know, he wasn't rowing with both of his oars in the water per se. Um,
Yeah.
but they still
But
need to come off the street, you know,
I
um,
mean, I would
in a
say,
home where they can be monitored. You know, there's group homes and stuff like that for people like that. And I think a lot of it happens when families try to take on the responsibility of raising somebody who's developmentally disabled when they get into their, you know, older years, because they've never progressed past a mental age of, you know, 10, 12 years old. So they don't maybe see it as wrong.
I mean, I
Um,
would still say though, like I've never seen even when they have like the developmental issues where they
yeah,
don't understand the culpability. So like the one they know what they're doing is wrong and they know what they're doing could be get them in trouble.
yeah.
So it's like so that's what I can't get over. So it's like for me I don't really care if like they're disabled. I'm like
Right.
They should be like if they're even having those tendencies, that should be prevented from even happening. But
Hmm.
if they can't do that, like and someone gets traumatized by someone that's disabled,
Yeah.
we can't have that in society. That's
Yeah.
evil. Like, doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
Absolutely.
To me, and honestly, a lot of people don't agree, but to me, the disability just doesn't matter in that situation, in my opinion.
No, no, wrong is wrong. Whether you have whether you're developmentally disabled or not, wrong is wrong. You know. Um, but oh, look, what's up, Ray? Is that Ray?
Yeah, give her a.
What's up, Ray?
Well, you have like a tin, a, some kind of tin on his head. And you have
It's a helmet
It's
and a sword.
oh, that's like
helmet.
middle age stuff. I'm like squinting. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's going
Um.
on, fuckers?
Same old shit,
Uh,
different day, Ray. How you doing?
I did a stream
Uh,
snipe of Nick Cook. Our worlds collided.
Yeah.
Hands collided.
I was sitting in a parking lot and had some guy mean mugging me, so I had to go confront him, of course.
That was me.
But it was just Ryan.
Yeah.
it was a fucking mirror.
A mirror.
A mirror. So what have you been up to, Ray? How you been?
Night chip.
Just basking in middle-aged white privilege in a conservative-leaning America.
Nice. Sounds like
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. That's I'm going to be here to console Ryan when Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi officially end their careers.
Believe it or
Uh,
not, politics are one thing that Ryan and I refuse to talk about. We're just like, nah, we're not even going to go there.
yeah. I mean, my kind of new thing is like
Ryan,
I
do
don't.
predators deserve a universal basic income?
No,
So not everyone deserves health care? You heard it here, folks.
no.
Communist NV Communism says
Envy communist.
everyone deserves free health
Yeah,
care.
yeah. I before bringing back internment camps. Do it, but the right
That
way.
escalated quickly.
But the right
Well,
way.
but then, this is, believe it or not, this was something that I talked to NTF about. A lot of the developmentally disabled were horribly abused in places like Apple Creek Developmental Center. I don't know if you've ever heard of that story, but they snuck a camera in. It was back in the 60s or 70s into this place and started a big reform on the way that the developmentally disabled are taken care of. That it was crazy. I
Oh,
know
what the fuck?
I sent the information to NTF about it, but it's horrible. You can look it up. It's called Apple Creek Developmental Center, ACDC, and there was abuse, like kids laying on the floor, just throwing food on the floor for them to eat. Hard
Every
walking around
every
naked.
single every single lockaway facility where people are abandoned to eventually goes that way, Nick.
It used to. It used to. They've. I know at least here in Ohio. My father was a social worker, and a lot of changes were made through private organizations, places like Goodwill Industries. Goodwill Industries takes people who are living in group homes and stuff like that, and gets them out and gets some jobs, get some purpose and stuff like that. So there has been a lot of change. You're not allowed to have over so many people in the same home. It used to be back when I was and my dad was doing it. I worked there too. They would take all of the behavioral residents and put them in the same place. So you would have 12 or 15 people that like to beat the shit out of you and bite you and had all of these weird sexual dysfunctions. But they changed that up now and they spread them throughout the other homes because it doesn't seem to trigger them as much. Smaller group home setting. So they are making positive perspective changes. But these stories from like Apple, there's tons of them. I found when I was just popping through, there was a bad one in West Virginia, Pennsylvania. They were all over the place, but Apple Creek Developmental Center was one of the worst. It definitely was. They did a documentary on it
They
where
see
they
people
just
like that that old. You know, they know they're in that situation. So
well, usually what happens is when parents can't take care of them anymore, like particularly when they get older, the parents can't do it, and so they need to put them someplace. They need to put them in a home. Well, 30, 40, 50 years ago, they would throw them in these big institutions where it was almost like survival of the fittest, but they've done away with that. I don't even think Apple Creek is not open anymore. They actually closed it down. So they took all of the residents that were there and spread them out throughout the organizations that handle that. But
to compare them to any of the people that we very seldom do you see a predator catcher catch somebody who should be I don't like the word locked up, but institutionalized.
yeah, well, I've seen a few, and I'm sitting here trying to think about it.
Nick, we've seen thousands. I don't think
Yeah.
we've seen 10. I don't think we've seen 10 people that should be institutionalized.
I would disagree. If they're a predator, then they should be institutionalized.
You know what I meant.
Disabled,
Don't be.
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I that's my point. I'm not.
I'm
being nasty.
completely separate from the predator thing. Like there's varying degrees of ineptitude and special needs and cognitive delay.
It's just like
predators
I said.
catch. They're just
slow. I just, in my limited experience, I always wondered that. I know you and I have talked about it before. I just
gotta be like
what's your
like
robot?
like a robot in bed. Use that metal tin.
It's gonna save you.
Yeah.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was going to say, I mean, the amount of violent schizophrenia, we get some like cognitive delay, potentially even like, close to retardation, but the like disassociative borderline, cluster B violent, like we don't see a ton of that.
Yeah. It was just curiosity,
I mean, my thing is like, if they have that in them to do that, yeah, I'm kind of for the internment camp route.
Well, I mean,
I think we lost you, Ray. There you are.
No, that's what I was saying, Ryan, is like the ones that you guys catch should just be in jail. Like very, very seldom. There was one that if you guys remember, Surrey County creep catchers got. The guy had like the mental capacity of like a 7-year-old, and he just wanted to play Legos with a kid.
Yeah,
that was the one that kind of got creep cat. Like that's very few and far between.
Have there ever been? And I'm asking this out of pure curiosity. Have there ever been any catches where the person caught has been found not competent to stand trial that you're aware of?
I guarantee it's happened a ton of times.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never seen a predator catcher trial before. I've never seen that.
I can't say that I have either, but I just wonder. Just curiosity again,
I think that would be everywhere when it does happen.
Ryan would get a guy on the stand and start screaming, "You can't handle the truth."
You can't handle the truth. Great movie.
Yeah. I get up as the lawyer, even if I'm not.
Is Mr. Mushroom Tea FCC?
No idea.
Oh.
No idea.
That would make sense, but no.
Is Torta Deporta the bad guy?
No.
No.
Wait, what do you know? How do you know that?
I don't know anything. I'm looking at the new names. It's like it used to be the Aguacate Network. That's why it would just make sense.
Are you robotic? Nah, Ray's like really, Ray's like leaking all these usernames.
No, I
So,
just haven't been around in forever, so I'm. It was the Aguacate Network, so it makes sense that it would be Torta de Porta.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've stopped trying to keep up with all
yeah.
of the alts.
Oh, I didn't
I
know they
mean,
were
there's
alts. I thought that was just like in
no,
Mr. Mushroom Tea just seems like FCC.
could be, could be.
It's like I
It's
could see that after it said, but I can't see that before it said.
Hey
So
Ryan, can you tell somebody to hit up NTF with a 30-minute timeout?
wait,
I
put
mean,
NTF in timeout? What?
Yes.
She's a mod.
what did she do to hurt you, Ray?
Just overall, her as a human being.
I see.
Oh, what's up,
Wait,
Gilf? Good to see you, sir.
What
is
up, Gil?
Tord a bad guy?
I honestly don't know. I've
I,
straight up,
I
I don't know.
assumed it would be because he was like the beaner, then he was the Aguacate Network, and a torta is like a Mexican food. I don't think he's hiding it. I don't think it's meant to be an alt.
I gotcha.
I could
Yeah,
see that.
I
I
don't
could
know what
see
he's
that.
going by these days.
You just never know.
Just never know. So you still traveling a lot, Ray?
Yeah, road right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you guys, my fellow retards.
Yeah. I'm retarded as fuck.
Are you driving in the mountains?
No, I'm on the beach. I wish I
Nice.
was on the mountain. It's hot as fuck, bro.
Or you're by the beach? Oh, yeah, that's definitely a bad guy. Not the bad guy, but just send him back across the border if it was up to me. Yeah.
Shout out to Janie's Dead Squirrel. They said they're going to time out people for me, and then they said Ray is the goat. So shout out to Janie's Dead Squirrel.
Jamie's dead squirrel. I
So
thought that was Tommy's
Is that
dead
Janie
squirrel
from
that he
CPP?
I don't know. I just it's a to Tommy chucking the squirrel over the fence. I
Tommy
think.
chucked a squirrel over a fence?
Yeah, he found a dead squirrel or something like that and chucked it over a fence.
I mean, what else are you supposed
why?
to do with a dead squirrel?
Well, I mean, not chuck it into some, leave it alone. Pick it up and chuck it in somebody's backyard.
No, man, it's an American pastime.
Squirrel chucking. All right. What up, Jay Silly? No, man, Ryan's putting in the miles, man. He's really out here doing his thing. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that the catchers are still catching. These people need to be got off the fucking streets.
Yeah, I just want to really. That's really my whole goal. Whatever. Sometimes like there's always distractions, all this other stuff that goes on, but you know, I'm really trying to just like scale this up in a way that you know can be effective. Sustainable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I can
trying
tell
to
you
do.
one thing. I can tell you one thing, and I'm not kissing his ass. I love the way that Ray talks to people, talks to his catches. That's something that I always enjoyed. I think he did really good at that.
Oh
I think
wait,
he
like
was
Rion
always,
catches?
yeah, Ray when he was catching. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
he
He's a couple
really
good
had
catches.
a yeah he had a really good way. I want to say interrogating, but that's not necessarily. Um, but just talking to him and getting the information out of him. He was very good at it. You ever think about catching again, Ray?
Oh, he's off the panel.
Oh, shit.
Probably could throw the link if he ever comes back, but I don't know. I don't know what his connection was doing.
That happens.
You'll be in the cat. Yeah, I'll
Yep.
probably go to California eventually. Already went before.
That'd be a hell of a drive.
Yeah. The goal is just like keep driving, keep driving. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. That you are.
Yeah. It's like I'm actually not homeless. I live in Massachusetts, but it's like effectively it's almost like being homeless.
It
It's like
feels
homeless
that way.
simulator.
Well, dude, I mean, how long you been on the road now?
Yeah, probably like it's in the weeks.
I was gonna say like at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're out there, and from what I see, you got a good team working with you behind the scenes, and that's always a must.
Wait, are we gonna get a NTF club?
There
We
you
get a
go.
catch in Colorado?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. We'll just have like a panel, some like a stream tonight.
Yeah, I love Commerce City. They have roosters, docks.
Yeah, definitely Oakland. Yeah, I go there eventually.
Yeah,
So it's like where
yeah.
San Francisco is.
Just try to line up your catches across the country.
Yeah. I
See
want to
if
try
you can.
across the world. Like UK, how they do it.
Uh,
You want to be careful with some countries though.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, UK might be one thing, but I don't know how other countries would.
Not North Korea. Sorry, but they're
Yeah,
pedophiles in North Korea. I cannot help you. Get the fuck out of North Korea. Step one, get out of North Korea. Step two, stay in North Korea. That's my
right.
solution to all the parents in North Korea.
You can't get in or out of North Korea even if you want to.
Yeah, remember that foreign exchange student who like I don't know what he did with the poster, but he got like he was sentenced to like hard labor, then he died. He was put
Yeah.
into a coma, like not long after he was
Yeah,
sentenced.
he came home and he was in, if I'm remembering correctly, he came home and he was in such bad shape. Like he actually made it home, but I don't know if he survived. I do remember that.
Well, he didn't make it home in one piece. He was in a coma when he was
Was he in a
home.
coma? Damn,
Yeah, he was
that's
never even
rough.
awake to be with his parents. He was just like a vegetable. A
Yeah, it's
vegetable.
too bad. You got to be
Yeah,
careful of what you do in other countries, man.
yeah. That's why, yeah, like certain countries that do certain things, I just like, I'm like, nah, I don't need to go to that country.
Well, there's plenty of people in the U.S. that need caught, Ryan. I mean, I think there's probably an endless supply, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not
And
to sound like Vitaly, but like, what could we do in the Philippines? Because there's a lot of bad shit that happens over there.
oh God, I can't like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine. I know it's horrible.
I think what we
Um,
should do is just like, they wouldn't even be catches. We just like go after the people that are, because it's like everyone. It's like so bad there.
I would say there's a large percentage for sure.
Yeah. It's like, regardless of whatever the law is, like, just start a giant, like, angry mob, an anti pedophile mob, and
Anti-pedophile
then
mob.
yeah, then find all of them, all the ones, regardless if it's legal or illegal, whatever.
Yeah,
And then they'll be the targets. And then the leader of the mob will be appointed the president. Then we'll lead the Philippines out of pedophilia.
yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I think we should focus on getting states that don't take the cases to take the cases. Figure out a way, like we were talking about, to get states to take the cases, whether it's the video confession, whether it's the chat logs. Uh, you know, I know Ohio is not particularly good for that, and we talked about that.
Yeah. So that was kind of like a thing where I find that the states that don't take civilian chat logs that are really bad with it tend to also be one party states. Not
Yeah.
all the time, but they tend to. So
Mhm.
then if they are, then we lean on that as like that's the angle. Like cuz
Yeah.
you can record them without them knowing that they're being recorded, they're in a catch necessarily. So you
Well,
can use that to get them.
but depending on how you're doing the catch, I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing to announce that you're recording for their safety and yours, depending on how you're going about it. You know, I know that you're trying to make them think that it's not a catch to just
Well, that's also
talk
true
about
too
all their
though.
stuff. You know,
It's I'll put it this way, it's like I can be recording for safety purposes also,
yeah,
kind of like a
yeah,
dash camera, if you
yeah,
were me or you, but then also just to catch him. I'm just leaving that part, the catch part. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, so as long as you it's also true.
yeah, for sure. But there's got to be a way. I mean, these police departments are just buried with these
Yeah,
cases, and I don't think I think that there's some catchers that venture into vigilanteism, um, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if you're going to do it, um, you do it the best you can, get as much information as you can, and then you turn it over to the police. They're going to get beat up enough; they'll be pillow biters in jail. So, you know, I don't know if I necessarily agree with, like, smacking the shit out of them and kicking them, although it's interesting to watch. I would personally, I
yeah.
don't like those kind of catches, you know.
Probably watching them, but I know how bad they are for them for the for like what we do, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to make it sound like, well, that's what we're gonna do, you know.
Yeah, well, right. And obviously, hang on a minute. I did Sabby say Gigi didn't make those customer reviews in Locke's business? She just, yeah, well,
Oh shit! What? Oh wait, what? Oh wait, I didn't read that right. Oh no.
why why did Sabby say Gigi didn't make those custom reviews in Locke's business? She just legitimized the reviews from actual customers who said Locke made their children uncomfortable. I don't think she ever said that it didn't happen. If she did, I didn't hear it. I know the story. I know actually what happened in the situation. I'm sure it didn't fucking help with those reviews, but I think that's taking it a little too far. That's people going in real life with people on the internet, and I think that's kind of, I've always said I don't agree with that. And I stand by that today. Fucking leave people alone. Does it make you feel better to chase Cam around and try to get his car repossessed?
That's way too
Like,
far. That's what I've been saying with these people. It's way too
fucking
far.
calling schools and saying that there's a predator nearby and blah blah blah. That, yeah, that's criminal. That is absolutely fucking criminal. And even if you don't agree or like a catcher, they're doing more than they are. How many catches does GG have? How many
It's
catches
like
does John Davis have?
um,
And
it's
that's
like
that's always been my point. Even with Tommy, might not agree with it, but he's out there getting exposures. I can't say that he's getting arrests, but he's getting exposures, and he's doing more than I am.
yeah.
I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I have my opinions about the situation, but all of these people that are throwing the catchers grief are not catchers. They're just fucking trolls on the internet who feel they get their endorphin rush by fucking with somebody and getting their address, calling their work, doxing them, doing shit like that.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's like I'll get like sometimes when I'll go live, I'll see like my phone will get blown up, and then my decoy phone will get blown up, restricted. So it's like
Yeah.
they're trying to it's like Anthony Cruz, it's like those relentless people that like every time me and Intia for like live or whatever, like he'll be in the background and you'll just see like the back chat log going,
Yeah.
like keep going. And you just
Mhm.
tell he's like getting his anger, like well, fuck you, Intia, like whatever the fuck he's saying, like his sick shit that'll say. And it's just
Well,
like it's so much energy for no reason.
answer me this, Ryan, and
Yeah.
this is not catching related, but if you have a problem with somebody, if you have a problem, let's say Warbot, why do you go after Junie? What the fuck has Junie done? What
I don't know
purpose?
the connection.
Why are you putting out pictures of her fucking grandfather? What? Because you think it's fun? Because you go in your little group and get pats on the back? I think it's fucking immature.
Yeah. I mean any of
They are
that's
not
way
about
too far.
this. That is not um that's not the goal. They're not about catching. They're about fucking with people on the internet because it makes them feel better about themselves because they actually have some control or have an effect over the way somebody feels. Yeah, you found this out. I have my phone set to not take any calls that aren't in my contacts because my phone number got put in a chat last year. And
Okay.
actually, the fake calls were coming from Jason Casey. So I called his ass. I actually had a conversation with him. He was getting the same shit. People were calling my phone and acting all fucking retarded. And I just got tired of it. So I set my phone not to take any calls from anybody who isn't in my call in my contacts because I don't want to deal with it. It goes straight to voicemail. Fuck you guys. You know?
Yeah. If it's
And
or an extended power warranty,
yeah, yeah. I don't
you'll
want to
do.
talk to them either.
Yeah.
You know, but the people that are
Yeah, that's just like way too far. It's obsessive.
well,
Like a lot of people, it's like they literally get like a rush on or whatever. Like, because here's the thing, they have no like these people are like very miserable. They're losers. They're very like if we saw them, like they're pathetic people, right?
right.
Like it would be like an apparent joke from just witnessing them exist. Uh,
Um, Janie, uh, sorry, Ryan. So what about posting Tommy's car that caught fire and he almost lost his life? Is that okay? He posted that. He posted that. I mean, that's, you put your life like that out there on the internet, people are going to talk about it. I know I was live right after that and I wished him well and I hope that, everybody was okay after the accident. I mean, how hard is it to be human, instead of just being some fucking avatar on the internet? I never made fun of it. That's not okay. I think I've been pretty clear about where I stand on stuff like that. Yeah, people are going to fucking make fun of Tommy. When you're involved in the drama, people are going to make fun of him. I mean, he's involved in the drama. I honestly, no, I get it, Janie. I get you're not saying me, but I mean, you put that stuff out there on the internet and the trolls are going to troll. You're feeding the trolls. You know, like I said, I was live the day after it. I wish that both him and Rochelle well, and that they were able to recover from that. That sucks. How it happened, why it happened, it doesn't fucking matter to me. As long as they're okay. Be human.
I mean, my thing is like it should already be known that I'm not wishing anyone to get into a car accident, so I don't feel like I need to say anything, you
Right.
know? So like I don't know. I mean, when I think about it like that, I don't know. But the only time like I really even speak up on stuff like that is like when there's an actual issue.
Right.
you know.
Well, right. If there was an issue with it, but as far as
Not
I'm aware,
some,
it was just a car accident.
but like, but these people, like, they are like obsessive and trying to take everything like it's literally like they have no control. Like my main point, kind of what's going on is they have no control over their own life, right?
Right.
None. So they try to take control over other people's life.
In any way that they
That's
can,
all they
calling
got.
them, calling their jobs, shit like that. Yeah, it's totally fucking stupid. Yeah, it just does not make sense. It doesn't
Yeah,
compute.
and it's
You
like
know,
I don't even have like the energy for that. It's like imagine like these people do it like 96 times to get the 97 for the 97th time to get some kind of reaction. That's
and
like
that's what
how dedicated.
that is. That is 100% true. It's all about getting a reaction out of you. You know, I didn't say nothing. I mean, to a couple of friends when my phone number got doxxed, I didn't give a shit. Whatever. Call me. We'll talk. If you're not using a fucking weird ass voice changer that cuts in and out. And that's what happened to me. Whoever called me, they called me when I was at work in the middle of the night and they had some weird fucking voice changer that was cutting in and out. So, get a better voice changer if you're gonna prank people.
Yeah. I was like that's kind of like what a whole segment of the community does. I think John Davis actually tried to do something with the my license. So he was literally on the phone for like I was showing this live. I don't even know where it came from. But it was like almost 2 hours long of him just waiting on hold for there to be absolutely no outcome at all. He just like rambled about some guy named Ryan that's a relative in law enforcement, and that's it.
Well, I think
We're gonna find him.
some stuff that he does is borderline criminal, plus crossing the line, calling his school that was next to Cam's mom's house. What? Why?
Oh, he did that.
Oh, absolutely. He did it live. I heard the call. Why
I
would you
did.
fucking do that? Why would you call Cam's dad and interview him? I mean, I get why people called Edward's ex-wife. I mean, that's, he kind of asked for that with the shit that he went through. But, you know, Cam is Cam. Like, I mean, you can agree or disagree with what he's doing, but he's doing his own thing. Leave him go. He isn't
Yeah,
fucking with
like
anybody.
everyone knows where to stand on Cam, and it's not some like weirdo obsessive shit where it's like, oh man, Cam get his car repossessed, or I found out where he's working. It's like that's crazy
It
for
really is.
anyone, you know.
Calling the trailer park that he was living in, trying to get him kicked out,
I don't know
calling his
what
job all over and over and over again.
I've never.
And to be fair, Cam doesn't help the situation too much. He will go live and you know pretty much talk about everything, and give out information where it isn't necessary. But that is, what did Cam do that deserves to have his car repossessed or kicked out of where he's living or anything like that? I think that shows that the people that are doing this, one, they think they're funny. Two, they think they're going to get pats on the back. And three, they have no fucking life. This is their life. YouTube is their life. They have they are unable to disconnect from YouTube. And
Yeah,
we talked about this tonight, where I was telling you that I think that the internet is given a place for people who are not necessarily mentally all there to congregate and get together. And this is the byproduct of it. They
yeah,
want to they want to try to fuck with your life. They think it's funny. Hey, you guess what I did to this person? Or it's not funny. It's not
and,
funny.
and they
Go
don't
away.
care where the pat in the backs come from, even if it's from a catcher saying that that person uh committed incest, which Tommy said that Cruz committed incest.
Yeah,
So
come
like
on.
he'll take a pat in the back from that dude. Really?
And that was what I was saying about Tommy and the drama. I mean, coming out and saying that a dude is committing incest with his sister. You have any fucking proof to start with? I mean,
Uh,
that would be a good start.
we're,
If you're
we're,
going to accuse people of things, it would probably be a good idea to have some fucking evidence instead of a belief or just to say something to hurt somebody. You know?
well, though, you can kind of tell by the way he talks. Connect that with incest patterns of speech. You know,
Yeah, I don't define an incest pattern of speech for me. I mean,
uh,
next to saying that he came out and said that he's banging his sister, I don't know like how that would, you know. And that's not, I mean, it's against the law. It's not right. Um, but it's not something a catcher should be involved in, would you say? I mean,
uh,
if you really
I'm
felt
not sure which
that he
department
was,
handles that.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh
It's not
no,
catch
fire
related
department.
business. Yeah, somebody, but not a predator catcher.
It's like fire department comes. We have a brother and a sister. What do we do? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's some weird shit, though.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, Tommy doesn't help himself in a lot of situations, but like I said, I'll say this again. He's out there catching. Now, having an opinion about his catches and the way he's doing it, you know, that's okay. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion. I think there should be a place for civil discourse and discussions about stuff like that. But harassment and fucking prank calls and all of this shit, that's not civil discourse. That's not a group of people that are, coming together for a cause. What's the cause of posting, for instance, Junie's grandfather? What did that do for the movement? It has nothing to do with the movement. It's a totally separate community, you
It's
know?
just like it just shows like that they have no like to stand on with anything. Like, cause
Yeah,
they know in again, like, and I've always made this point, like in their real life, like they're jokes. Like I
right,
know that. Like I can like I don't need to find out that Anthony Cruz like isn't a joke in real life. I don't need to find that out.
right,
Like I probably like hear probably like easily like his entire block or whatever of people are just like, oh that dude, Anthony Cruz,
right.
that loser, that dude's weird, bro. That
But
dude
what
just
are these
like
people doing for the movement? If Matt comes in and he can criticize and it's genuine he's being critical about the situation. He can be. You know, he's watched more catches than I could have or I have. You're allowed to have opinion. There's a place for civil discourse. But, this fucking swatting, whoever swatted Jeff was a fucking retard. Whoever keeps swatting Jeff is fucking stupid. The guy's retarded. Everybody fucking
yeah,
knows that. Why do you got to swat him? There's
yeah,
there's no love lost between Jeff and I, and that's that. But swatting him, sending cops to his house, why? So you can get the fucking body cam and go live and make fun of him. It's stupid. He makes enough of an ass out of himself. Why give him any ammunition to make him feel relevant? Hi, Ange. I mean, like it boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind the way that people fuck with people in real life. It's not necessary. You might find it fun. You might get pats on the back from your buddies, but it has nothing to do with the catcher movement. It's hindering it. It's hindering it. We used to have a space where we could get together and talk about catches. We don't have that anymore as much.
yeah. It was a lot
You know,
different than what I remember it in 2021. I mean, I think you've
yeah,
been even longer. You said like some year way before that. I
yeah,
don't know what it was even then, but yeah, back in even 2021 though, it was a lot different. It was
yeah,
at least like it was at least like some level of standards
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
like we're actually
Yeah.
not
Well,
trying to get catchers to like
I
not
think it was
catch.
a level of respect, Ryan,
Yeah,
for the movement. You know, everybody had a level of respect for the movement. They were doing it with good intentions. This other shit that's going on is not furthering the movement, and it's not done with good intentions. I mean, it's that simple. You know, I'll probably get fucked with now, but whatever. Fuck with me. I don't care. You know, you met me tonight, and I will tell you that the stuff that these fuckers say to me on YouTube, they wouldn't say to my face.
no, because
I
like they have no power in their like they wouldn't even say something side eyed at someone else. They wouldn't say something even like they have to like they have no power in their real life at all.
well,
Like what
it's like the group of bullies in school that got off on fucking around with kids, that were not as strong as them. It's the same type of mentality. Let's go fuck with this person. Let's call this person's job. Let's see how much chaos we can cause in their lives. And
probably not
that's
even probably not even that. Like it probably would be like maybe the person that like got bullied or something. You know,
yeah,
'cause people aren't even doing that. Like I feel
right,
like these people would be like they're using like the internet as some level of strength they don't have in their real life.
yeah,
So it's not even
I would,
from like yeah. Like I think
yeah,
they're just like it's probably more of like that weird dude on the block.
yeah.
That person.
Except all of those weird dudes on
That's
the
no.
block have found a place to congregate on the internet. you
Yeah,
know. Mm. Well,
yeah,
listen, brother, I hope you have safe travels. It was nice meeting you tonight. And
yeah,
when you come back through town, hit me up.
yeah. Might do a catch.
Hey, I'm down. I am down. So
Definitely.
you have a good night and you be safe in your driving, okay?
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Uh, all right. Take care, buddy.
Yep, definitely.
Later.
All right, Nick is very good to have on your side. He's a very honest guy. Stands by his friends. Yeah, yeah, it was cool. To meet up with. I think he's a saint. I was trying to think of something. I forgot. Brain just needs to reboot or something. For a catch with Nick. Yeah, if I can get anything even remotely in this area, I'll definitely do that. I don't know about that. Short bus being in contact with the Pred. I don't know about that. It's kind of just stuff said on the internet. Um, real question about the old lady Liz. Why does she protect and shield a guy who sexually assaulted a 6-year-old? Who's the guy? Wait, but who is he? I don't know what that is. Is he that? Uh, Wait, they're talking about. All right, yeah. Well, all right, I'm kind of lost. Yeah, I think if someone has a question for another person, they should ask that person specifically uh, a specific question to answer. Yeah, definitely. If I get like any presents there, definitely. Um, trying to read the chats before. Any chats I missed. We could do like a dap catch. It'll be a vap catch. Yeah, with the hoax war people, I don't even pay attention to them. They're boring. Like whenever I hear kind of them, it just kind of sounds like a bunch of characters being played. Well, it's like you gotta ask specific questions. But yeah, she does have a wrench. No one's protecting any almost here. From what I know. What is going on? Oh yeah, that does sound like Mitch. I'm not sure. Playing a game called Guess That Old. Shit. I'm gonna be yeah, let's we have like a sleep stream probably like in a in a half hour. I think this last stream is gonna go and turn to a sleep stream. Hour 3, it's gonna be like passed out. I'm gonna wake up. It's gonna be hour 8. I'm gonna be getting up in the morning. Stay in the same parking lot. you get the door knock from the cops, if you're still alive, so I can make sure you're either taking a nap or not coming off of Narcan. Or not coming off of Narcan or overdosing or something. And they try to give you Narcan. I just butchered that whole shit. I don't know. Yeah, actually, for the kind of the end stretch of the stream, not gonna lie, try to keep my eyes open. Trying to get hit with the Narcan. If I was in a deep sleep, if I'm in a deep sleep, I'm in a deep sleep. I would. They probably have to give me some to wake up. Yeah, that actually nothing really happened. Though people kind of I've been left alone. In my travels. I hope they'll continue. Coke or crack? Both. If you need any green plants, purchase them. And where you are, recreational there, just medical. Wait, what? If you need any green plant, purchase them. And where you are, recreational there. Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. 10-4. I don't know what it means by these green plants though. Probably exotic plants. I don't know. Say these activities are perfectly. I can I ran some heat over back in CCP. Oh, CPP? Back in CMN over a year ago. Well, I didn't really. Yeah, well, like I basically probably asked like the same way I would answer now. I didn't see that happen. Or and also I didn't know if he knew about that dude. Because I know that that guy has some kind of allegations, CMN. So much I can really point to that. So back in the Chinese, yeah, communist, yeah. We sold out. If you see us on TikTok, you'll know why. What green plants are used recreationally in some states, medically in others, and totally legal in some? Uh, it could be poorly regulated cabbage, you know, whether it's in season or not. It's got to be up to code. It's already 9, it's already 12. Calling it the devil's lettuce. Yo, some of these comments are grayed out. I have no idea why. Yeah, I've had a long day. My days are so long that I don't even remember when they began. Dill cilantro. I have that gene where if you taste cilantro, you taste, I forget what it is, but it doesn't taste like, it tastes like soap, like dish soap. Like there's certain genetics if you have cilantro, it tastes like dish soap. But if you don't have that gene, it just tastes like whatever it tastes like. Send messages are being held. Try buying organic cilantro. It tastes different and it doesn't have that soapy taste. I'd consider it. I was told it was like a genetic thing though. Yeah, that's strange. I don't know what's going on. Because on my end, it just looks grayed out for some reason. Uh, I don't live in my car. I mean, I guess when I'm on the road, I kind of do. Because I live in Massachusetts and I'm not in Massachusetts. Like if you're on the road in Kentucky, but you live in Massachusetts, you know, I guess you are living in your car for the time being until you go back home. But it's been real. Think we gotta um start Envy Van life for catching. Gotta create an NVRV. Do I have a house? Nah, I have an apartment. I have an apartment. Why? So Anthony Cruz can say what happened in 2016, or now I guess he's gonna say like, what why are you homeless? Why are you living in your car when you're not home? What why don't you have a home in every state? I probably would put out the link, Uncle Puck. There'll probably be some retarded shit though. And he'd have an advantage over me because I'm like half asleep. So but I still dropped the link. Well, actually, did that link work? I just dropped the link. Hold on. Secretly Canadian royalty. That was an actual, I think that was an actual account. Nah. I heard there was like that account. It would just kind of come in and we would just see some foul. Wait, what? Is a simple question. I travel with work, but I have a GOU. Okay. Does that mean a GOU? I don't know. I don't know how simple it can be. It's like if you have an apartment in Massachusetts and then you're on the road very far away from that apartment in Massachusetts. I mean, I guess you're kind of living in your car when you're away from Massachusetts. So, yeah. But in Massachusetts, I'll be in an apartment. I think that's what being on the road means. It's like on the road, away from home. I travel with work out of state, but I have to come home too. Yeah, and I'll have to come home too. So what the fuck? What are you establishing? You need a white van with no windows. You can put a blow up mattress in the back. Bonus points if you paint free candy on the side. Nah, bro, we ain't trying to roll up like that. I don't know about that. We're basically trying to be like Predator's Predator. You know, when you were gone for a month at a time, yeah. Yeah, I pay for shit. What do you mean? What kind of question is that? Yeah, I do. What the fuck else will? Yeah. Um, who needs a home base? I agree. Uh, so it's like if you had like a house and then you were just like traveling the country and it's like, bro, why are you paying for your house if you not at your house? Because I want to lose my house. Oh yeah. You do look and sound very tired, Ryan. I think people are just trying to tell you to take care of your health. Uh, yeah, you're probably right. I'm kind of, I'm kind of running on deliriousness, which sometimes can make for a good panel. I wish we were in the back seat of your car. Sure you would. I can't even tell if that's cruise or not. I know a trailer that might be unoccupied soon in Kentucky. You could maybe move into for a more central location. Yeah, we're trying to move off the radar as the operation intensifies. We got to move off the radar. I changed my identity too. Massachusetts. Yeah, no, I don't think that doesn't sound like him actually. I'm not a good check. I just don't know though. The last resort is to dox you. Yeah, it would. Yeah, I would just kind of always need like just probably like a small place to figure out. Um, I wouldn't want to say I wouldn't want to say exactly what I'm doing though. Louisville is one of my favorite spots. I've never been. I passed it. Actually, I didn't pass it. It was always kind of near me. That's right near Indiana, where they cross sect. In the mountains, middle of nowhere, Prince family lives in a house up and down the road. Salty, you got there. Uh, what's that about? They gotta get rid of this dollar thing. It's like I can't see the comment all the way. I always fade it, and then I. That's why I end up like shilling for StreamYard. Shilling. StreamYard is asking for like crazy money, like $60 a month or something, whatever the fuck, just a stream. And then they have that little dollar sign right in the comment section. So it can be like, we're kind of in your way, so you gotta click us. What do you gotta do? What are you gonna do? You know, so then we click it, and then we promote StreamYard from taking people's money. I'm probably gonna get canceled on StreamYard for that. StreamYard people are like having a meeting in their office. Like, we can't have this. Like a board of execs. Oh, clean up the town. Yeah, not read that right. Because it's free. So everyone uses this free link. That's a very personal question, but I do shower pretty much every day. It was I don't know. Brian's hygiene. I mean, the only thing that kind of happens when I'm on the road is my hair gets a little messy. That's about it. Other than that, I'm good to go. Yeah, other than being kind of sleepy, and yeah, that's about it. The road does take a toll, though. At my place, I got like a nice mattress. It's like one of those that like it has a remote and they move around, right? Like I can click one button and then my mattress like raises. Okay, like raises like the head part. And then if you click another button, it raises the foot part. Got it at Jordan's. It's a good mattress. It's like a hospital bed kind of, but not really. More comfortable. Ryan, be safe. Good kid. He's in his car after midnight. And confirm that Ryan is in a safe area. I don't know. I got stream sniped a little while ago. If I restream or Streamlabs, yeah, and holy shit, those other ones, they were just trash. I mean, I remember like Sam was doing his because he wanted to be different, not use StreamYard. But then when I tried to restream, it was just like echoing nonstop, all these issues. I don't know. And fuck Prism. Prism will like glitch out, and then all of a sudden you're streaming your phone screen to the world. Because that's what you intended to do. I know OBS. But like, well, I guess I could have it where I OBS Discord, but that's like not. I would have to go by that in a certain way. I probably could do that. I don't think they do. Yeah, my mic's working. Well, mainly I use a GoPro where my mics work. The one thing I didn't do with the last catch in Kentucky is I didn't use my GoPro. And that was kind of for a reason because I kind of thought that would, I don't know, be more of like a red flag so that the catch wouldn't have gone the way it did. Yeah, $60 a month. And gas prices and rent is too damn high. One problem with OBS, run into Discord. As if Discord goes down. Can't have another one come up. Um, yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys for today. I gotta kind of get back to some other people about some stuff, but we'll have more updates. I'll let you guys know. Kind of made this panel 2.5 hours. Gonna hit the red button and talk good night.